episode 4 of the Loose Podcast. It's your host, Gabe.
And it's your co-host, Darius. What's up?
What's going on, guys? Let's jump right into it. Sorry if I sound sicky-wicky. It's allergy season, so you already know what's up.
He actually has COVID, so stay away from him.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
It is.
No.
I can prove it.
No. I get tested twice a week. So it's straight. You can never prove it, bro. You can never prove it because it's not real.
Nothing's real. None of us are real.
Nah, this is all. Honestly, I was about to say simulation, but if nothing's real, then the simulation isn't real. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I feel like life, everything that we know as life, is literally like a space particle. Because we look at space and it's like, oh my gosh, it's an infinite void. But like, if it's an infinite void, we quite literally are just like a space freckle. Like it's like a space molecule.
We're nothing more than dust, man.
Yeah, straight up. That's crazy.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about that the other day too.
Yeah, man. That's actually crazy.
Like the scale is just immeasurable.
Yeah, like it just goes on and on and on forever. If that's the case, then like we're like constantly shrinking. If that's the case.
That's even scarier to think about. I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, but we were talking in the car before we got here, how we wanted to like continue on the conversation we had on episode 2. We were just talking about like old video games we played as a kid and like music and stuff. But you brought a good point in the car, like cartoons, man. Yo, cartoons back in the day were unbeatable, bro. You could not beat cartoons back in the day.
Every single channel, there was always something to watch.
Exactly.
It did not matter.
It was always heat, bro. You could like, honestly, there was a sweet spot when we were kids where Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network, nothing but bops. Nothing but bops. You
Bro,
could literally go to any channel and just like, yo, this is fire.
Absolutely. What I used to do was like when there was a commercial break on one channel, I would literally just go to the other channel and watch that.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Oh my gosh, it was just too fire. Like, oh man, I know we talked about it before, but like, yo, what was it called? Action Fridays or something like that? On Cartoon Network?
On Cartoon Network, yeah. This was like around the time we were in middle school, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the block was called like You Are Here. They had stuff like Star Wars, The Clone Wars. They had Secret Saturdays, Batman, Ben 10. Like it was straight up Generator Rex.
Generator Rex is my show, dude. Like, that's my show.
It was straight up bangers, man.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Like Man of Action, like that's the directors who made Ben 10 and Generator Rex and stuff like that.
Yeah,
man, they were always making some heat. Actually, Invincible reminds me of Man of Action.
Yeah, low key, like the animation.
Yeah,
style,
the animation.
It low key just reminds you of like the Man of Action shows back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, dude, freaking. Not only did Cartoon Network, it was Cartoon Network, but Toonami, dude. Toonami literally like introduced me to anime. Like, and I'm sure a lot of people out there was introduced to anime by Toonami. Man.
Yeah, that's where I first started watching Naruto.
Yeah, dude, it was so sick. And honestly, like, I like looking back, the promos for like the shows were were sometimes more hype than the actual show.
The promos, bro, you can't forget the music either.
Oh like, my god, man, dude, the drums, like it was always some hype, like some drums and like a synth in the background, like.
Yeah, man, they knew what they were doing for sure.
Yeah, man, and like this super cool like the mascot for Toonami, I think his name was Tom.
Tom, yeah.
Like he would just
Steve
like
Bloom?
Steve Bloom, the goat, bro.
Steve Bloom can make any character good.
I'm
literally
saying,
any
bro.
character. He just has to say whatever.
I'm saying, dude.
He has the best voice of all time.
It's butter. It's butter, dude. It just comes off as just like a smooth.
I wish I could sound exactly, man. You're now watching Toonami.
Yo,
nah, that doesn't even do it.
Because he's so chill. He's so chill when he's like, "Yo, you're watching Toonami." Like it's just sick, dude.
Absolutely.
He's so cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro. Like not the first, but one of the first anime that I actually watched was Cowboy Bebop. I didn't watch the entirety of it. I just watched like whatever episode aired.
I remember that being on the I did the same thing.
It was just so cool. It was so chill, and like I remember correlating the voices of Tom and Spike.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, this guy's voice is too nice. This guy's voice is way too nice.
He voiced hella characters. Because, like, there was another show that I watched on Toonami. I don't know if anybody remembers this one. It was called Big O.
Oh, man. He literally voiced... The guy's name was Big O, right?
Nah, that was the name of the robot.
Yeah.
I think his name was...
I know his last name was Rogers. It was something Rogers.
I think his name was Steve, actually.
Steve Rogers?
It wasn't Steve Rogers. It was either Steve or Roger. I could be completely wrong.
His first name probably is Roger. His first name is probably Roger.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was something like that. But
Yeah.
he voiced him. He voiced Mugen and Samurai Champloo, which is actually the same director as the person who directed
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop.
Space Dandy. Yeah.
And I think one other thing that I can't remember. I could be wrong.
I don't know if you knew this. I'm sure you made the correlation at some point, but that guy that directed all those anime, like he did it out of music genres.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like Cowboy Bebop was like kind of a jazzy, like, you know, noir show. Samurai Champloo was like underground hip hop, and then Space Dandy was just like this funky soul. Like, it was so cool. Like that type of stuff is so cool.
Absolutely,
to me.
man.
It's so dope.
He has an ear for music, because like even the openings, man. Samurai Champloo.
You can't beat it. You cannot beat it, dude.
I will, like, this is the hill I'm gonna die on. Samurai Champloo has the best anime opening of all time.
For sure.
Of all time. No contest.
I mean, honestly, like, that's top 3 for me, honestly. Like, Cowboy Bebop like holds a special place in my heart. Like, that jazzy
Cowboy
opening,
Bebop
it's just too nice. That's personally that's my number one.
That's top 3 for me as well.
Yeah, it's too nice. It's too nice. Samurai Champloo, super close second.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just too nice. It's too tough. Going back to the cartoons though, like Nicktoons. I remember watching Nicktoons. It was sick because I remember like there was a series of shows that didn't make the cut on Nickelodeon or it was either Nickelodeon or actually Cartoon Network. I'm not sure. But Nicktoons was like I think Nicktoons was just like a throwaway kind of network.
It pretty much was, yeah.
For shows that didn't make the cut, I guess, for like the mainline networks.
Yeah.
But
or like for shows that ended, because like, you know, Avatar originally aired on the main Nickelodeon channel, and then like, after it ended, they would just do like a million reruns on Nicktoons, and I was all with that, man. Like I probably watched Avatar like a total of like at least 5 times because of how often they played it, and like I never got tired of it.
Dude, it was amazing. And what I was about to refer to before was there's a show I'm pretty sure it premiered on Nicktoons, was X-Men Wolverine.
Yes.
You remember that show?
Wolverine and the X-Men.
Wolverine and the X-Men. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that show was so sick, dude. That show was so sick. Oh my goodness.
It was absolutely
Steve Bloom voice free.
Of
Steve
course.
Bloom's, it was just he's everywhere, man. It's just so cool. Yeah, but yeah, I remember Code Lyoko was on Nicktoons.
Man, it's so funny that you mentioned that, because I was thinking of that.
Dude, I remember Code Lyoko used to be so cool. I never understood 100% what was happening most of the time, but it was super cool. It was really cool to watch. They had some really cool like action scenes. It was always like, really engaging.
Yeah, I'm actually touch back on that show specifically later, because like I'm gonna tie that into something else.
Okay.
That we can talk about.
Yeah. There was that. There was, let's see. I don't know if you watched this, but this was like low key one of my favorite shows, The Mighty Bee.
Mighty Bee was actually really
I love
funny.
that show. I really love that show, dude. It was so good.
It was really slept on.
Yeah, it was like genuinely funny. It like, you know, as a kid, like it just kind of reminded me of just like if SpongeBob was a white girl.
You know what? I never thought of it that way, but like now that you say it, like that actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, dude. She's like super zany and like random, and she has 2 buck teeth. You know,
they picked the perfect voice actress for that too, Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Like I love her in Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows. It's hilarious to me.
Man.
I personally, I think it's better than The Office. Y'all can fight me on that.
Honestly, I think Parks and Rec. Chris Pratt was in Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah, he was.
Dude, in my opinion, Chris Pratt was everything. Chris Pratt was Parks and Rec for me. Like, it was awesome. Like, he just had the best lines for some reason.
That's the great thing to me about Parks and Rec is like every single character is like, they're so enjoyable. Like, there's no character was like, they're all right.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, at least, like I loved all of them. You know, but like for The Office, like there is Like there was a good number that I liked, but there were a couple that I just didn't really care for.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say niche because so many people like the show,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not like it's not something, at least personally for me, that I can just like turn on and turn my brain off and watch. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's kind of just like there are specific episodes that like cater to certain people. I think you know what I'm saying. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. But yeah, so there was like that for Nicktoons. I'm sure I'm missing more. There was this Chalk Zone. You remember Chalk Zone?
Chalk
Oh my
Zone.
gosh, yo.
Do you remember Cap and Mikey?
I do, I do. Kappa Mikey was actually super awesome. It was really funny it was like an anime parody,
Yeah.
something like that.
It
Yeah,
was an American dude who went to Japan,
yeah.
and like all the Japanese people were drawn in an anime style, and he was like in a
In
crappy.
like a
Yeah,
Western
exactly,
like animation style.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
Kappa
enjoyed it.
Mikey was
It
funny.
was dumb, but it was cool.
All right. Do you remember Three Delivery?
I remember it, but like I don't remember any episodes of it.
I remember watching a few episodes, though episodes because it never aired often. But like at least when I was watching Nicktoons like all
Mm-hmm.
the time, it never
Mm-hmm.
aired often. But the episodes that I did watch was so hype. It was literally just like, all right, we gotta deliver like these meals, and on the way there they fight like a bunch of random people. And that was like pretty much the premise of the show, and it was like, yo, this is actually kind of tough. I like it. And you already know, man. Teen Titans on Cartoon Network, bro. That was just goated. Like
D- DC had cartoons on lock.
they still
DC,
do.
yes,
They still do.
they still do for
Yeah.
sure.
Like
They got like if they don't got the movies on lock, they got the cartoons on
they
lock
got
for
the
sure.
animated stuff for
Justice
sure.
League, freaking
Justice
Teen
League
Titans,
Unlimited.
Young Justice.
Oh man, dude. It was like they have. I don't know if you know, but they're making an animated movie of the Injustice. The
Yeah,
Injustice
I
series.
just saw the news on that yesterday.
Dude. It's pretty crazy. Like you said, DC has animation
Yeah,
on
there was
lock.
another one. I don't like because this aired on it was either 4Kids or Kids WB, but it was another one. I think it was called Legion of Superheroes,
Oh,
and it was like the DC superheroes like in the future. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but like that show, it rocked. Like it was really good.
There was a point. There was a point where Marvel and DC, like back in the day, like they were pushing out a bunch of like original future content.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff that wasn't. I'm sure it's in like they've made comics now. I'm not sure, but they were pushing a lot of like futuristic stuff. Like I don't know if you remember, but like Spider-Man, like Future Spider-Man or something.
Spider-Man Unlimited.
It was Spider-Man Unlimited. Yeah.
I'm sure that was just adapted from the comics though.
Oh yeah, it probably. I don't. I remember that. I remember Batman Beyond, which is goated. Oh my goodness, Batman
Oh,
Beyond was
man,
amazing.
Batman the animated series.
Yeah, dude. Oh my
Almost
goodness.
forgot about that. Such an amazing show.
Yeah. Speaking of WB for kids, Jetix, dude. You remember Jetix?
Yes,
Dude.
that was what channel? That was like a subsidiary of Was it Nick? I don't think it was. It was
Disney, maybe?
I
Because
think
Jetix turned into Disney XD.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. That's exactly what it was. It was Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Get Ed.
Oh man, get Ed, dude. Oh my goodness.
Like we're listing off some obscure stuff right now. So like if you guys can like actually remember this stuff, like you
For sure.
like
Like
you were
comment.
hip.
Comment.
You were hip to some good ish, man.
Yo, do you remember Super Hyper Monkey Team?
Super. I got.
Yeah,
Hold
go
on,
ahead,
hold on,
go ahead.
hold on. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyper
Force
Force
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yes, sir. Dude, man, dude, that was so sick, dude. Those shows, okay, so it was that. It was Get Ed, also on Jetix. There was another.
There was
another
one
show.
that I really don't think anybody else but me watched, but like I watched this like religiously from beginning to end. Like I had each episode recorded every week. It was called Oban Star Racers.
Okay, I looked that up, like because we talked about it a while ago, and I didn't remember. I looked it up and I remember seeing promos for it. I never watched an episode, but I remember watching promos for it.
It was. I mean,
Dude.
from at least from what I can remember, it was so good. Like the world building, especially. Like that's really what gets me into like cartoons when I, at least when I was a kid. Like just like really good world building.
Right.
Like you'll have me hooked from beginning to end, and that one had. Cause like it's sci-fi. I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
So any type of sci-fi stuff with like really good world building, like you got a recipe for a great show in my eyes, and that's what it was to me.
Yeah. Oh man, I know like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting adapted pretty often as far as the animated series go. But do you remember
The '03 version?
the OG version where like each turtle had a different shade of green?
Like the OG version, like because like they had one
Because it was on WB for kids, I'm pretty sure.
Because like they had a couple versions. Like the very first cartoon was like more, it was catered more towards like younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was like really cheesy and cartoony and stuff like that. I think it might have like aired around the 80s, like mid 80s.
Okay, no,
But
no,
the
no.
one that I remember was the one from '03.
Yes, I was just gonna say
Where the
it was the
theme-
early 2000s.
Yeah, where the theme song went like Teenage Mutant Ninja
Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles. Yeah.
Yes, that was the one.
That was
That
that's
was-
my favorite animated version of
That was my stuff right there.
Dude, it was so cool because like not only did the turtles look so sick, the like going back to what I said earlier about it, to me having the turtles be a different shade of green was so cool to me for some reason. Because I remember Donnie and Mikey being like dark green.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yo, these guys look so sick. They look so cool. They made them all like muscly, like they were built, yo.
I actually had a couple of the action figures too.
Dude, yeah, man, that was like high key. I don't know if I don't know if you watched like the entire series. I watched most of it. I caught like the tail end, but it got really dark at the end, dude. It got super dark.
From what
at
I
the
can
end.
remember, yeah.
Like Donnie, I think lost an arm. Like
Yeah, because they went into the future, right?
yeah. It was like the future arc, and like I think one of them actually died. Like it was, I don't know which one.
I
but
think that's always what happens because like in the not the most recent adaptation of TMNT, like the one that I think started like in the early 2010s, the one that like my brother grew up on,
Yeah.
that I actually watched along with him and my dad. Like that one is actually extremely good.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it from beginning to end, but like the seasons that I did watch, like I would actually argue that it's better than the one from like '03.
Yeah. The you're talking about the CG one, right? That like recently came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know they came out with like I think actually two after that. It was I don't remember what the one between that one and the most recent one was, but like I haven't seen the most recent one, but I've seen clips of it. Rise of the TMNT.
Yes. Okay.
Those fight scenes.
Those fight scenes are goated. Like you can't even compare them to the OG stuff.
Yeah.
It's just too nice. It's like an anime studio.
You've never seen the turtles put in work like that in animated form.
I'm saying, man. Oh my gosh, it was some straight out of like Naruto or something.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It was just amazing. Like I have not seen a single episode of of Rise of the TMNT.
It makes me want to see it though.
Yeah,
man.
it makes me actually want to watch it. I do know like it's an all black cast, which is pretty cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. But yeah, I really want to watch it, but I just never got around to it. Like I said, I watched clips of it on Twitter and Instagram, and it's crazy. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, the CG one.
Yeah.
That I watched like a couple arcs. I didn't watch every episode, but I watched like complete arcs. I watched the last arc, which was another future arc where like
they always go into the future.
Towards the end, it's just like I know Donnie. It was kind of like a Mad Max. I don't know if you watched it actually. It was like a Mad Max type thing.
I have actually seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, freaking. No, not Donnie, but Leo. Leo is just some like he's jacked. He's like a jacked roid head with like a super small head, and his body is like disproportionate with all these muscles and stuff.
Like, how does that even happen to a turtle?
I'm saying I don't even know, dude. But yeah, man. Shoot, I'm trying to think. Cartoon Network, not only did it have like really awesome action shows, but it did have like just regular like cartoons that were really goated, like My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Camp Lazlo,
Total Drama.
Total Drama. Oh man, the original Total Drama Island.
Total Drama, like that was the show. Like if you watched an episode and you came back to school, you had to talk about
yes, bro. Yes. Yeah, dude.
That was the most important cartoon on at the time.
It was great. So yeah, there was Total Drama. They had like 3 more iterations of Total. I only watched.
It's actually like 4 or 5.
I only watched the original. Only watched Island. There was Behind the Scenes, right? Was it called Behind the Scenes? Total Drama World Tour or something like that.
I think that was like the 3rd or 4th one. I think the second one was just called Return to the island or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I only like watch. I watched the entirety of the first season. I'm pretty sure I watched the entirety of the second one and third one, but like beyond that, I didn't. Like I was actually just texting somebody the other day, and there's another one called The Redonkulous Race, and I don't know what season that is, but like there's so many of them.
I'm saying.
Also, shout out to you. You know who you are. You're listening.
Yeah.
I know you are. What's up?
Nice. Yeah. So there was Total Drama, Camp Lazlo, My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Ima- Imaginary Friends,
Foster's
Home for Imaginary
Yeah.
Friends. Yeah, there we go.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie.
Kids Next Door.
Ooh, yo.
Kids Next Door.
You want to talk about a goated show, dude? That show was actually amazing. I watched that show with my dad, like, religiously. Like, that was one of the shows that my dad actually watched every episode. Like, me and him watched all the time, and it was actually sick. I actually tried to make the mustard gun. Number 4's mustard gun. I actually tried to do that, Joe. I glued, like, a stick I found outside
like every
to
time you see an episode, like, they just do all this cool stuff. It's like, man, I wish I was them,
yes,
dude.
Yes. For a time, I looked at teenagers like they were evil.
Like, teenagers, adults,
gross.
Oh man, do you remember the nastiest episode when they had like eye crust and they were making it into like
no, dude.
Yeah, I'm just leaving it there because like it was sickening.
It was bad. There were
That
some
stuff
nasty episodes now that I think about
Yeah.
it. Oh my gosh. You remember those group of 5 kids that were in unison, like that were in sync?
The delightful
kids
from like down the lane or something like
yeah.
that.
You remember how they had like a collection of nail clippings that they always
Yes.
carried around? Dude. Didn't make any type of sense. There was some nasty stuff going on in that show. I'm not
Absolutely.
gonna lie. Yeah, man. Damn,
There's so
else?
much more. Just on Cartoon Network alone, I think for me personally, like Cartoon Network was my number 1 station.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Same.
Nick was
here.
a close second, and then like Disney was third.
Yeah, we're not even talking about we're not really talking about Disney all that much, but like Disney had some good shows too. Like at least back in the day.
Avatar is the greatest animated show of all time, and
Oh yeah.
it still holds up to this day.
Oh,
Timeless show, absolutely timeless.
I know this is gonna catch a lot of among you know the nerds or slash geeks, but like I want to know your opinion on Korra. You watched the entirety of Korra, right?
Of course I did. I watched that twice. I watched through the whole thing.
Okay,
twice.
like what's your honest opinion on Korra?
I think it's amazing. I think it gets a little bit too much hate.
Same here.
Cause like if you think about it, for like anything that like somebody creates something and it just takes off. It's
Right.
critically acclaimed, it's super popular, this and that, and then like the creators want to make like a sequel to it or like something that follows that up. Like it's like if you like strike lightning like the first time, I'm sure I'm saying that phrase wrong, but like if lightning strikes the first time for you, like
Catch lightning in a bottle, I guess.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the odds of that happening again are like slim to none. Like
Right.
realistically speaking, it's just there's almost no way you're going to be able to live up to the hype of something that huge,
Right.
no matter what you do.
Right.
So I look at it as its own thing, not to compare it to The Last Airbender, but just like
Which
standalone.
which I feel people should do in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So I loved it. I loved
Okay.
it when it first aired. Like when I watched it again recently, I still loved it just as much. I've actually come to appreciate it like a little bit more because I don't care what anybody says. Like say what you want about Korra, but the fight scenes and the music, both of those
Man.
blow The Last Airbender out the water.
Out of the water completely.
The music does not get enough love. The music is absolutely gorgeous. It's
For sure.
so good. I wish that they had the entire like soundtrack on Spotify, but like I think they only have season 1 on there,
Dude.
which is a damn shame because like
Dude.
season 2 especially. This is a really controversial opinion, but season 2 was Well, nah. Now that I watched it again, like season 3, I think is the best.
Yes, I was gonna say season 3 is hands
Zahir,
down the best.
Zahir is the
Zahir is,
best.
oh my gosh, the best villain across the board.
Yeah,
Across
the
the
best
board.
villain in Avatar. Period.
Oh my
Period.
gosh, that man is too
It's not
cool.
even close. It's not even close.
Yeah. Oh
But
my goodness.
season 3 is my favorite. But like season
Hmm.
2, actually, the one where they're mostly in the spirit world
There when
is
the
my second
Unalaq,
favorite.
like Unalaq is the
Yeah,
villain.
Unalaq.
Yeah.
I just really liked it.
Yeah.
People had complaints because like it messed with the canon of Avatar, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just too ignorant and dumb to really know the nuances of it or like really care about it. But
Yeah.
from like I said, like standalone, I really liked it,
Oh yeah.
especially the episodes with Avatar One.
Oh man, not even talking about just like the the music or anything, but like the animation change for Avatar
Yeah,
One.
the entire art
Man,
style, the
that
entire
was
art,
amazing.
it was so beautiful. It's just so good. I loved it.
It was great. No, season 2 definitely has like a
Plus, season 2 introduced what's her name, like Eska, voiced by Aubrey Plaza, my
oh
wife.
yeah, oh yeah. Wait, who?
Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza voices Eska.
Yes.
Holy crap! I didn't even know that.
My wife voiced Eska from Avatar.
That's
How did you
crazy.
not tell, bro? Like
Dude,
she's the only one who sounds like her.
I didn't even pay attention like that, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy. But
Yep.
yeah, that's sick, dude. That's really cool. I'm gonna be real. I think season 3 is definitely the best season in my opinion. But season 1, I know no one really talks
With
about season
Amon.
1. Yeah, with Amon, season
Steve
1.
Bloom. Steve Bloom
Steve
again.
Bloom,
He
dude.
just he
Dude,
kills it
Dude,
every single
season
time.
1 is like a close second for me, to be honest. Like
I
that's
really-
one that's a goated season for
I
me.
really do like season 1.
Yeah.
In terms of like characters though, I guess for Korra specifically.
Yeah, it was kind of flip floppy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
her character was kind of like all over the place.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'd argue that she's actually even more annoying in season 2, or at least the beginning of it, because she was just like,
No, honestly, no. Here's the thing. Here's something I'll agree with the people out there. Like as time goes on, she progressively gets more and more annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
I
'Cause, like,
think it's the exact opposite.
really.
Yeah, season 3, like she definitely starts to mellow out, and like season 4,
No, I'll say this. Season 1 through 3, she's like kind of all over the place, but season 4, she definitely mellows
yeah,
out. She
and
definitely
it
mellows
makes
out.
sense too.
Mhm.
It like from a
Storytelling perspective.
exactly from a purely storytelling perspective. Like she's a teenager, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Like she's got to have these.
She's a teenager,
experiences.
and she doesn't have like the same upbringing that that Aang did.
Right, right.
Like nobody wants an Aang part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think if you're going to make something and it's amazing, you never want to do that part 2. You want to
Yeah,
do something
exactly,
different.
exactly. You're not gonna make
That's-
another Aang.
Yeah, that's
you
just
know?
a part of like being a creative. You don't want to make the same thing again.
Right.
That's not really you're not really like making your creative juices flowing.
You're not progressing anything. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you do that again.
Yeah.
And the thing is too is like, okay, I know I said that she was kind of like annoying and like all over the place. It's not like a huge deal for me. That was just like an observation. But at the end of the day though, like I like how different Korra is to Aang. Like how like she's like not
Yeah.
as good as an avatar as Aang was. You know what I'm saying? But because she doesn't have those like I guess those qualities that are unique to Aang, what she does bring to the table is it's arguably like special in its own right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I feel like Korra's personality, although it's very like spontaneous and kind of crazy, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a completely different avatar, and I think that's what a lot of people didn't like. Now, I'm not saying that everyone disliked the fact that Korra was kind of like outgoing or whatever, but maybe it was more of like a shock, like not a. I was gonna say culture shock, but it was more just like this was completely different than Aang. What the heck? Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm not going to knock anybody for having their opinions about the show. I just think, at least from like some of the complaints that I've seen, is kind of people just kind of like shit on it just for the sake
Just
of
ragging on it. Yeah. I thought it was great though.
Yeah, like if we were to rate it like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that The Last Airbender is a 9.5, and I would say that Korra is an 8.
Yeah, solid 8
Yeah.
for sure. Like I give it like a B plus.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, before we went on we got super sidetracked. I was about to talk about Disney,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, there was a bunch of Disney shows that were really good. Like Disney kind of like it kind of was the gateway drug to live action shows for me though.
Gateway drug.
No, like straight up, because like That's So Raven. No. Okay, I watched That's So Raven, but my favorite. I know it's a meme, but my favorite live action show was 100% Cory in the House. Like that was just like unbeatable. It was. I remember. Okay, I know. I know some of y'all are out there that remember this episode. I don't know if you remember this episode
I
of
don't
Cory
really
in the
watch it
House.
like that, to be honest.
Dude, I remember watching Cory in the House. There was an episode that I laughed so hard that I almost pissed myself. And I remember this specific episode, and I will never forget it. Cory was on a plane, and he was on he was on Air Force One
Mm-hmm.
with the president,
Yeah.
and the prime minister of Russia, I think, right?
Oh God.
And the prime minister was like, "Man, I really want Alaska back. I really, really want Alaska back. Do you think you could give it to me or whatever?" He was trying to negotiate some terms or whatever.
Yeah.
And Cory was like pretending to be the president's spokesperson or secretary or something like that.
Yeah.
And he accidentally like put a bet to where like, okay, if I lose, like we're gonna play Dance Dance Revolution, and if I lose, you get the rights to Alaska. Alaska goes back to you, right?
Yeah.
And dude, and it turns out the prime minister of Russia is like a Dance Dance Revolution god, right? So they're dancing their heads off, and Cory's losing hardcore, and he's about to lose Alaska. And then Cory turns on like he turns it on for some reason, and he like they speed up his movement like in post, and he's just like moving super fast. And like there was one point, this is what got me so hard. I mean, there was one point where he got on his hands and knees and started like banging his head on on the mat to hit every arrow. He was going super fast, bro. I don't know why that was so funny to me, but like my 10-year-old mind was like, this is so freaking funny, bro. I'm about to piss myself.
It's so funny. I'm about to piss.
I'm about to pee. Nah, bro. Yeah, but yeah, that was kind of my gateway drug into live action.
Mm-hmm.
And goated live action show to this day, Drake and Josh can't beat it. Cannot beat it, dude.
Absolutely. iCarly.
iCarly, yeah. There was Fish Hooks. You remember Fish Hooks?
Yeah, I remember Fish Hooks.
There was Fish Hooks.
I'm gonna list off some other like old obscure ones off of Disney Channel. Dave the Barbarian.
Oh yes, Maggie. What was it? What was the Maggie?
Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
No, there's Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, but there was a show. There was like a fly, like she was a rock star fly. It was like
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name though.
I'm gonna look that up because like I remember it got to a point where it only aired at like 3:00 in the morning on Disney because I guess it was getting like terrible ratings. Hold up. Okay, hold up. The Buzz on Maggie.
Yes.
Freaking The Buzz on Maggie, dude.
I actually do remember that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, man. Okay, Disney XD kind of came out like for like around fourth grade when Disney XD like officially
It was
came
sometime
out.
after Jetix. That's
Yeah, it was definitely after Jetix. But I remember there was a series of shows that were also goated for me. Kick Buttowski.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. That show was amazing, dude.
Yeah, I like that one.
I messed with Kick Buttowski so hard. Dang, there was another show. I forget the name of it, but he was a ninja that was in 5th grade. He was in 5th grade and he was a ninja.
He was a freshman.
He was a freshman?
It was Randy Cunningham, 9th grade ninja. That's what it was.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, crazy. So there was that, and then there's another show. I forget the name of this one too, but it was a drummer band, or not a drummer band, but it was about a band, like a rock band.
It was literally just called Garage Band.
It was Garage Band, yeah, and it was spelled
it was spelled GROJ.
Yeah,
Garage Band, yeah.
Garage Band, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, what were we gonna bring Kolyoko up? What was the other topic you wanted to get into?
I guess real quick, cause like I've seen a bit of an episode pretty recently of that, and you know, like we're talking about how we loved all these shows and stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
and you know, like sometimes you wonder like how well it holds up today.
Yeah.
Colt Lyoko does not hold up well today. it's super cringy. It's really cringy.
Man.
But it's a kid's show, so like, what do you expect? So I was just thinking like, I have another example actually, but like after I list mine off, like I was thinking if you can remember like of any kids shows that you watch that you've seen recently that haven't aged well. Because like for me, like when I was a kid, my biggest things like toy wise, it was Transformers, Legos, and Bionicles.
Yeah.
I had so many Transformers, bro. Like Transformers was my ish.
Yeah.
It still is. Like I love the movies, man. Sue me. I don't care. The Michael Bay movies, to me, they rock.
Yeah.
Like,
no, 100%. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Just real quick, like I'm paying to see robots just like kill each other, and it's robots killing each other for like 2.5 hours.
Bro,
you can't go wrong with that.
Bro, real quick, just like to piggyback off of that one statement you just said. Literally, for Transformers 2, there were no writers. They could not get any writers for Transformers 2. Everyone from the writers' room left, and it was it was literally Michael Bay and like the rest of the crew, and there was no script. There was straight up no script. Dude. They wrote the script as they were filming.
It makes perfect sense because like thinking about the movie and just the plot and how all over the place it was. It was fine. Like it was. Bro. I don't know how Michael Bay was able to just like, at least from my perspective, he was able to ride off of just like the action part. And it didn't matter how absolute garbage the script was or the human characters were.
Yeah.
I didn't care, bro, because like the action scenes to me were cool. They were great.
Yeah, 100%. Like when you got Optimus Prime versus 3 Decepticons fighting in the forest on a 1v3 type beat, and like you're just watching that whole like that bloodbath.
Bay versus Optimus Prime he's a cold-blooded killer, bro. He's a cold-blooded killer.
They made Optimus Prime they turned that man into like he has Black Air Force energy.
Absolutely, because like the way he's supposed to be like this paragon
wise leader.
Yeah. Like freedom,
only fights if he has to.
Yeah, like freedom is the right of all sentient beings, but like if you messing with me and mines, like,
I'm literally ripping your face off.
I'm lighting this whole block up, bro.
homie had a do-rag on, bro. Nah, dude. Literally, like the coldest. Yeah,
his face shield was his bandana. Yeah. He put over his face.
Straight up, dude. Straight up. The coldest thing, or one of the coldest things that he did. Honestly, this is probably the coldest thing in my opinion that he did, was ripping that one Decepticon's face off with his hooks.
Grinder.
Yeah,
the helicopter.
Yeah, the helicopter. Yeah. He ripped his
face in half.
Dude, it was a close-up shot. He got his 2 hooks stuck in each side of his head and literally ripped it apart, son. Like, you don't... Optimus Prime is...
And then he had a one-liner after that, like...
Yeah.
How you... Optimus Prime killing people and just, like, doing one-liners, like... In the same movie, at the very end, he freaking, like, punches the falling through the chest and, like, rips off his face.
He rips off his face,
like, give me your face.
Yeah. I'm so evil, bro. He's evil.
In the third one, he literally executes Sentinel, like... Sentinel was completely defenseless. And he ain't even blast him. He two-tapped him, bro.
He was begging for his life,
He literally was begging for his life. He two-tapped him. Like, right after he ripped off Megatron's head, like... he gave him a one-liner, too. Yeah, he was like... For Megatron, he's like... Time to find. So, like, right before he killed him, Megatron comes in and just, like... He freaking runs Sentinel's pockets, for real. He messes him up.
He does.
Like, after he's out of commission, you know, Optimus and Megatron do their thing. That's like a 5-second battle. His head's gone. That's it.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, he takes his own gun. Optimus takes his own gun.
Yeah.
When Sentinel's still like down, and then he just two-taps him. He executes him, bro.
Really does.
You didn't betray me. You betrayed yourself. No, Optimus!
Does.
Completely defenseless.
Man,
what a savage. I could talk about this crap forever, but like back to my original point.
Yeah. We got way off.
Yeah. Sorry about that, audience. I'm a fan of really stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I like mindless action, so
Yeah, for sure.
whatever. So my original point was like they had this trilogy series for Transformers. There was a bunch of different iterations of Transformers for cartoons, at least.
Yeah.
But the trilogy, the Energon trilogy, it was Transformers Armada, Transformers Energon, and Transformers Cybertron.
Was this like way back in the day?
This was like the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Oh.
Yeah, so it was like I'm pretty sure it was made by like a Japanese team.
What did it air on?
Cartoon Network, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was in the early 2000s. It was made by like a Japanese company, I'm pretty sure. At least my assumption based on like the way it was animated and like the lip syncing and stuff.
Yeah.
But just down to the voice acting and the animations and stuff like that, like seeing it now, it's like, ugh. it's kind of really bad.
You tricked me. Why you?
What? Megatron's sword?
Come on, go for it! Grab it!
We could like legit. We can just like talk about dumb movies in another episode. Just like,
For sure. Oh yeah,
stuff
that could
like,
be an entire episode.
like from
how
a
you-
critical standpoint, it's complete garbage, but like you can't help but enjoy.
Yeah, straight up. You know what I think honestly will live up to? I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but I'm so confident in this. As far as action goes, right? Storytelling, okay, whatever. But action sequences,
Yeah.
what will hold up till the end of time, the John Wick trilogy, in my opinion.
Absolutely, those three movies. I'm sure they're coming out with a fourth.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not gonna say trilogy, but those three movies that have been out, like, those are some of my favorite action movies ever.
Oh my gosh, man!
So good.
Some of the
Like I never get tired of watching them.
it's crazy. We watched John Wick 2 together, right?
Yeah, we saw it in theaters.
Yeah, bro. Wait, was it 2 or 3?
It was 2. It was 2 for sure. Because the reason I remember, no, we saw 2 and 3.
We saw 2 and 3. I was like, okay.
2, I think it was just us two. 3 was like with a bunch of our friends.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I specifically remember 2 because like when John was fighting Common, I forget his name in the movie. But my favorite scene in the whole
I know exactly
movie,
what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're walking through the subway. Like Common is like up above on some whatever.
Yeah.
And John is down at the platforms where the subways are. They both have suppressed pistols. They're just blasting at each other. They're walking so casually.
They were literally in a like super like crowded area where Common was and where John was. Or
yeah,
where
like they're
Keanu
walking
was.
through a crowded subway.
It was a crowded subway. So like they were literally trying to. It was almost like a game of tag where there was like.
And the funniest part was that they both missed every single shot. Just trading back and forth. You gotta play the clip.
I have to. I will. You know what's another thing too?
I just remember us cracking up.
It was so funny because like, okay, the actions, that was genuinely funny, but like realistically, everyone's gonna hear that.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna hear that. It made no sense how they just got away with that. It made no sense. Oh my goodness. Apart from that one scene though, like, and that scene was just fine. It was more funny than anything. But the action sequences, the driving sequences, the music, like I'm not really into like EDM and like, you know, electronic or dubstep or anything like that, but the music is just hype in that movie. It's on all three actually.
Absolutely.
But dude, I don't know. I think as far as action goes, I think John Wick holds the standard.
Yeah, these are going to be classics in like 10 years time.
Oh yeah.
They're already like kind of classics now.
Yeah, like, and you know, I honestly think that John Wick is the Matrix of our generation. Because like as far as like the impact that the Matrix left on the world when it came out, like way back when, I don't know. I don't really know or remember like the numbers or anything like that as far as like how well it did in theaters, but it was like renowned, like worldwide. It was known like worldwide like after it came out. And I think
The Matrix was a game changer. Those are also movies that I love. At least I like the first one a lot. I actually do like the second one as well. The third one is okay to me.
yeah, but like I was saying, I think John Wick is doing that and more, like now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
But dang, bro, we breezed by 45 minutes. Jeez, that's crazy, man. Well,
we never even got around to before we end it. Like we never got around to like shows, if you have any that you watch.
Oh,
as a kid
okay.
that-
I'm trying to think actually. The only one that I can really say, because I watched the clip. It was on my recommended for some reason on YouTube. But I watched a clip of Lego Ninjago, like one of the first
Bro,
one of the first episodes.
That was the ish for my
what?
brother.
What
My
is
brother
this?
loved that stuff. Like he had the sets and everything.
Yeah, that came out when we were like freshmen in high school or something like that, right?
It
Or
must
like
have been maybe even younger.
maybe
I would
even
argue.
younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe even younger. Maybe like late middle school.
Yeah.
But I don't quite remember. But I do know like that series as a whole is still ongoing. That's insane.
Really?
to me. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's actually insane. What the heck? Yeah, I remember watching the premiere. I watched the premiere.
I did too.
I was like, all right, this is about to be kind of hype, and I didn't really think much of it. It was just kind of it was whatever. But like watching it again, I was like, yeah, this is kind of cringe. Kind of cringe, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's episode 4. Thanks for tuning in. It's been your host Gabe.
This is your co-host Darius.
We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Peace.